Hello everyone and happy Monday. I'm Nitzahon, and each and every Monday I bring you guys another new draft video of the latest format on Magic Online, and right now that means Aether Revolt. So I'll be back with you guys when the draft fires. Alright, well we have a pretty strong pack to start with here. Oh no. Oh no, good. We have a pretty pack to start with here. We've got several cards that I've first picked in this format and felt okay about. Like Airdrop Aeronauts, Druid of the Cows, kind of a weak one, but it's fine, and Sweatworks Brawler. But Rishkar's Expertise is just the best card in this pack. It's a kind of card that if you cast it, generally you're probably just going to win the game, as long as you have something with like 3 power in play at least. Obviously, it can sometimes do very little, but or sometimes nothing, which is kind of bad. But it's kind of one of the better of the Expertises because of the fact that it makes sure you have something in your hand to cast because you just drew a bunch of cards. The others don't necessarily do that. But yeah, I think we take the Expertise. There's no premium removal or anything. And, you know, the Airdrop Aeronauts is good, but it's a pretty significant drop off from Rishkar's Expertise. So we will take the Expertise. Okay, this pack. Wow, okay. Well, Midnight Entourage is a card that's pretty good. You know, worst case, it's a 4-mana 3/3 who replaces himself. Thopter Rest is very good, and so is Daring Demolition. Thopter Rest is better than Demolition, though, and I think we'll take the Arrest because of that. White is a weaker color, I think, on the whole, but, you know, just because a color is weak doesn't mean you can't draft it. It just means it has to be fairly open, and it often is because everyone knows it's weak. But I like Daring Demolition, but Thopter Rest, I think it is just a better card, actually. It's an uncommon, so, you know, Daring Demolition's one of the, if not the best common, but Thopter Arrest is a little bit better. Okay, Paradox Engine, huh? No, thank you. We've got Daredevil Dragster, which is pretty good. It works decently with a card like Rishkar's Expertise. Dawn Feather Eagle is pretty good. Aether Chaser is quite good. And even First Pickable. So I'm kind of considering taking him. I think I actually like him more than Daredevil Dragster. It does mean, you know, we may not play one of these cards, but we could also pick up Fixing and Splash Thopter Arrest or whatever. You can't really splash Rishkar's Expertise, but it's not the end of the world if we don't play it either. And these two red cards are pretty good sign reds open. I think Dawn Feather Eagle is a solid sign whites open, but Aether Chaser is a way bigger deal to still be here, so I'll take him. I like him a little more than Daredevil Dragster. Okay. Well, here we don't really have much of anything that interests us. Green looks like it's getting completely cut. It could just be the distribution of cards. We'll see. Audacious Infiltrator is a solid 2-drop. Spire Patrol's gold, but definitely the best card in this pack. Mobile Garrison's fine, especially if you get the red-white gold guy. But yeah, this pack, the best card in this pack is definitely Spire Patrol, and then probably Shielded Aether Thief. And neither of those really look like where we're going. So the question is, do I want to not take the more powerful card to take a 2-drop who's fairly replaceable but solid? And I think I will. I think I'll take the gold card here. So we've taken cards of 4 different colors with our first 4 picks. You know, not usually ideal, but it does leave us open to sort of change things as we go. Okay, well, here's a fairly late Shock. And I think I'm going to take that. Foundry Hornet is fine, but that's the one color we haven't gone into yet. So yeah, I'll take Shock here. It's a good removal spell. I think I would take it in this pack no matter what color. I mean, you know, regardless, it's the highest power level card probably in this pack just because it's such an efficient removal spell. Okay, well, there's a Renegade Wheelsmith. There's also a Renegade Rallier. I like both of them, but I like Wheelsmith more for the most part. It's more aggressive. You kind of have to set things up for Rallier to really work for you, and Wheelsmith is just going to work for you, so we'll take him. Wouldn't mind picking up a Countless Gears Renegade or a Welder Automaton in the coming picks, but we'll take this guy. Okay, well, we can take Implement of Combustion. There's a decent chance, you know, we pick up Sweatwork Brawlers and stuff, and then we want to play it. I like it more than Aether Inspector, who I think is the worst Aether guy. So yeah, I think I'll take the Implement and cut red completely here. So it looks like we're probably not playing Rishkar's Expertise, which is kind of sad. But we haven't really seen green cards. The only green card we saw was a gold green card, and that doesn't really indicate how open green is. Okay, well, there's a Frontline Rebel and an Audacious Infiltrator here, both of which I think are good signs. I like the Infiltrator more than the Rebel, though. I just think it's a better card. I'm perfectly happy playing the Rebel in these aggressive decks. We wouldn't mind picking up a Trick, but for now I think we just want to fill out our curve. Alley Evasion is a nice trick. We kind of want to pick up a few vehicles to really get there with Renegade Wheelsmith. Okay, well here we have Conviction, which is a better card than I thought it would be in this format. It's decent with Revolt, which we could pick up a little bit of. It's also just a decent aura because you can always get it back. We could take something like Weldfast Engineer and try to splash it, or we could take, you know, Augmenting Automaton. And there's a chance that white isn't all that open, but it seems open enough if we're getting Audacious Infiltrator as late as we did. So we'll take Conviction here. We might not play it, but it seems fine. Okay. So here I think I'd probably take Destructive Tampering. It's a card that's, if we really get there with an aggressive deck, is quite good. You can even mainboard it, I've found in this format. I'm sure if you've watched my drafts, you've seen me lose to it. So, you know, it can just win you games out of nowhere when it looks like a race isn't going your way. I like it more than Precise Strike. It's also, you know, sort of a pseudo-removal spell. It'll have targets often enough that mainboarding it isn't terrible. It is a kind of card that really wants to push us towards just getting a ton of creatures, though. And right now, we're not exactly there. But hopefully we will get there. So we'll probably splash the Patrol if we pick up some Renegade maps or whatever. But otherwise, not so much. Okay, Arcbound Crusher, wow, I'm way back in Mirrodin block, mid-2000s, but Iron Tread Crusher is what we're going to take here. Ice Over is solid, and Implement of Malice is pretty good too, so could mean that black is open, but it may not. We haven't really seen a black card that really looked great to me at all, so I think we're probably in the colors for our seat right now, but we'll have to see. I mean, definitely, Iron Tread Crusher is a nice card to pick up that late. We can pick up a lot of creatures who are just sort of medium and dirtily, who just happen to be able to crew it, like, you know, Bastion Enforcer, who will play, you know, if we're short on playable creatures. But and right now we don't have a ton, as I noted, so we may play him. Well, I guess we'll take the card that's sort of in our colors, but we have no reason to want to play in this deck. I haven't really found any deck where I felt good about playing Aegis Automaton. Even a deck that had like a lot of Revolt or a lot of Into the Battlefield triggers, it just doesn't do enough early, as opposed to the other guys in this cycle who are actually like relevant, have relevant stats early. I mean, it can block stuff, okay, but you know, I definitely prefer, basically, I prefer all the cards in that cycle before I like Aegis Automaton, so... And what it does is just so much less impactful. Like, none of them have hugely impactful abilities, but it really doesn't have an impactful ability. Quicksmith Spy is excellent. You know, kind of worth thinking about saying, should we move into blue because it's that strong? Felidar Guardian is quite good. We've also got another Audacious Infiltrator. Scrounging Bandar is a pretty great green card. I think I'm probably going to take the Guardian. Right now we don't have a lot. Do we have any synergies with it? No, not particularly, other than making energy, but it's a great card. You know, worst case scenario, it kind of gives a guy vigilance. It can remove auras off of creatures. So I'm going to take it here over like Frontline Rebel, who I wouldn't mind getting. Okay, Scrap Trawler versus, we've got another Shock. We also have, you know, if we want to be the Iron Tread Crusher deck, which, you know, we'd have to pick up more Iron Tread Crushers for that, Night Market Guard is suddenly pretty playable. Scrap Trawler is fine. It's nothing super exciting, but, you know, it's fine, a fine 3-drop. I'm probably just going to take another Shock, though. I like it a little more than Caught in the Brights. Caught in the Brights just has a lot of downsides to it, mainly that it's an aura, and in this format, that's not as good as it usually is. I think I like Shock a little more, especially assuming, hopefully, that we end up with an aggressive curve. It's a nice card to just be able to blow up one of my opponent's creatures and just attack. But things aren't looking great for us. I mean, Gear Per Osprey is fine and probably what I take here. Hope of Gear Per is a card that's like perfectly playable if you're an improvised deck, by the way. I've sometimes seen them super late and it's like, you know, it's definitely playable over a lot of cards. But yeah, we'll take this Osprey here. Okay, but there's an aerial modification. We've only got one vehicle so far, so I don't think we want to do that. We could think about Kari Zev's expertise. Right now, we're not really there, though, on 2-drops. And what we really need are creatures. So I think I got to take Sweatworks Brawler or Frontline Rebel. And right now, the Brawler isn't coming down early very frequently. But we could take it and start valuing artifacts a little more, and I think that's fine. Okay. Well, there's a Welder Automaton that follows what I just said pretty well, but there's also another Brawler and an Audacious Infiltrator. I think I'll probably take the Automaton. You know, it hits some more spots for us. I mean, I guess the Brawler can crew Iron Tread Crusher, which is relevant. So can the Infiltrator, also very relevant. A 2-drop that can crew it is pretty nice. Maybe I just want the Infiltrator. Yeah, I think I do. We definitely want to pick up the red and white tricks in the next pack. I don't know. I don't think I want a second Destructive Tampering, but what are our options here otherwise? Not so good. We don't really want Foundry Assembler. Don't really want Universal Solvent in this deck either. I guess I'll take another Tampering. I mean, I can side it in against someone who has a ton of artifacts at least, you know. It has a decent shot at getting sided in. So we don't really have a great reason to play Conviction, which would be like picking up something with a few things with Revolt or SRAM. That's like the ideal thing where you just pay 3 to draw an extra card every turn, basically. This Implement will stay in because of Sweatworks Brawler. Okay, this is an interesting pack. We have a Servo Schematic, which works well with our Brawler, but otherwise isn't that great of a card. I do love Efficient Construction. It's probably my favorite card to draft in this format, but that doesn't mean it's the best. It's certainly not, but it's a fun build around. Servo Schematic, like I said, good with Sweatworks Brawler. We don't have any way of sacrificing it. We can blink it with Felidar Guardian, so we have one little synergy for it. We could also just take another Sweatworks Brawler, though, and hope to pick up more artifacts later, and I think that's what I'm going to do. And it looks like we're going to take another Implement here. We could take Gear Smasher, but the Implement seems like it's going to do more for us. We don't have a ton of artifacts right now anyway, and we want artifacts for our better card, which is Sweatworks Brawler. And here we're really happy to see another the Frontline Rebel at Wield. Alley Evasion is worth thinking about. We do need to get some tricks to really get there with this sort of deck. Yeah. Do I want Night Market Guard or Ravenous Intruder? Neither has a great chance of making my deck, but I think I'll take the Intruder because it costs 2, basically. It's not terrible when you have 2 implements. It's not great either. It wouldn't be, if we picked up Servo Schematic, it would be even better, but we didn't, so. What we're really missing, and we want more of, our tricks. I wouldn't mind my curve getting a little more aggressive either. That's kind of what I'm looking for in the third pack. Here's another Implement. It's not a great one, but, we do have 2 Sweatworks Brawlers and a Ravenous Intruder, so we can think about playing it. It's probably going to be one of the first cards on the chopping block. We'll take an Aerial Modification. Like, if this last pack goes well, vehicles-wise, it could suddenly be a playable card. I definitely don't like it as much as, what's it called? Siege Construction or something like that. The 3-mana one. But, it's all right. Okay. And all right. Don't like either of those cards particularly. I don't think either's like a sign that blue's open. Although Rebuke, I think, I probably cut it 60 or 70% of the time when I make blue decks in this format. But I know some people like it decently enough. So, like, the cards that are sort of probably on the chopping block. Yeah, sort of probably. That makes sense. But Aerial Modification and Ravenous Intruder are probably there. And so is Bastion. Oh, my God. I've never gotten to draft an Angel of Invention. I'm very happy to finally get one, though, because obviously it's a ridiculous bomb. I've drafted Triple Kaladesh a ton, and I've drafted this several times now, too, and still hadn't seen an Angel, but I got her finally. That's pretty awesome. Other cards of note here. I mean, I wouldn't hate Chief of the Foundry or Thriving Grubs, but that's really it. We're not really missing out on much that we want to get back. And I mean, Angel of Invention's better than most cards in this format anyway. We're going to move these guys over here for now. Keep them in mind, but we definitely want to bring Angel of Invention in. She is a real problem for our opponents. Ooh, Brazen Scourge is kind of what we're looking for. But there's also a Fairgrounds Warden. I think I got to take the Warden. I like Brazen Scourge decently. I mean, a lot, really, especially in this deck. But this is such a good removal spell, and, it also gives you a body, which isn't irrelevant, especially if you're pumping it with an Anthem effect and such. But yeah, we'll take the Warden. Okay. I would like some 2-drops, please. Not any in this pack. I mean, we've passed a few. Quicksmith Genius is fine. Probably about as good as Salivating Gremlins is going to be for us, which is to say not very for either of them. But they're both better than Herald of the Fair. So I'll take Quicksmith Genius. Okay, I do like Eddy Trailhawk. I also like Weldfast Monitor, but I think I'm going to go with the Hawk. We really want 2s. We're a red-white aggro deck, and we don't have a lot of 2s, and that's not really where you want to be. And it's a great 2, you know, making your frontline rebels attack in the air, your Sweatworks Brawlers, your Iron Tread Crushers, that's sort of the ideal thing, is pretty great. And I'm going to take it over Weldfast Monitor. Okay, Built to Last is the kind of thing we're looking for. I don't like Impeccable Timing a ton anyway, so I'm going to take the Trick over Impeccable Timing here. So we do have Felidar Guardian plus Angel of Invention now, and Felidar Guardian plus Fairgrounds Warden. Sometimes you want to upgrade what you got rid of, and that's a way to do that. Don't really have any other synergies for our Guardian, though. More energy for our Chaser or Eddy Trailhawk, or just removing an Aura, as I mentioned earlier, though, is still a reason to play it. The question is, do I play 2 Sweatworks Brawlers in a world where I have 3 1-drop artifacts and a 2-drop artifact? I might only want to play 1. Okay, this pack is another Built to Last, but again, I think we want to take the 2. It's got some nice little synergies with a few of the cards in our deck too. Nothing incredible in our deck, but it's a fine card with upside that's a 2-drop, and I think that's what we want to take as much as I like Built to Last. I mean, I think ideally in the end I would cut like Implement of Improvement and 1 Sweatworks Brawler if we pick up enough other playables, and that would make me feel a little better. Because, you know, I mean, it's not really much worse than Implement of Combustion. The Implement of Combustion is kind of a higher pick because red improvises more. But I think I kind of like doing 1 damage for, you know, the same cost of mana that I do gaining 2 life. They're both fine, but yeah. Okay, nothing here for us. So I guess I'll take Inspired Charge. You know, our deck doesn't really seem equipped to abuse Inspired Charge, but, you know, we'll take it. Wouldn't mind another Built to Smash or another Built to Last. Either of those would make me happy. Okay, I'll take another Eddy Trailhawk, happily, though. Console Shield Guard is fine, but nothing special. Eddy Trailhawk's going to do more work in a deck like this one than Console Shield Guard is. So yeah, really Angel of Inventions are one like thing to abuse with Felidar Guardian and Aviary Mechanic. We can just make more and more servos. Wouldn't hate not playing this Genius, but it is worth, you know, if we had like multiple Iron Tread Crushers, it would matter more. But everything that can crew an Iron Tread Crusher gets better when you're in a red-white deck, especially. Wouldn't hate a Sky Skiff. I know we passed one earlier. I think we leave Destructive Tampering in main board. But we do have a lot of flyers, so that's worth thinking about. Okay, wow, that is a late Gear Seeker Serpent. Maybe blue is open, huh? So, Ninth Bridge Patrol is an okay 2-drop. Acrobatic Maneuver doesn't really do anything in our deck, so I guess we take the Patrol. I don't think I'll play it, but we'll take it for now. Red's definitely not insanely open. Here's a bunch of not very good red cards, but they are red. I'll take Cathartic Reunion. Herald of the Fair. Also don't really want to play him. Another Ninth Bridge Patrol. Maybe we want Renegade Tactics. Probably not, though. We'll take another Patrol. Cathartic Reunion. Okay, so this kind of looks like it's going to be our deck. I kind of think we want 17 lands, but maybe not. Our curve is quite low, and we have a couple ways of cycling. So yeah, we could probably get away with 16. We have 1 5-drop and 3 4s, and everything else is 3 or less. And I think we probably don't want to play Ninth Bridge Patrol. I'd rather play... Would I rather play Ravenous Intruder than Ninth Bridge Patrol? I don't think so. I'd rather play Conviction. Probably not. If we do just play the Patrol, we need low cost, low curve creatures. And it's an okay one. I think it's better than playing another Implement. Yeah, I guess I'll take it. Certainly not excited about it. It does give us a little more synergy with like our Aviary mechanic, because if we just return something, the Patrol will get a counter. But yeah, I don't really feel like I really got there with this deck. We do have one huge bomb, but like I didn't end up with as many tricks as I would have liked to. I took a 2-drop over one of them, which, you know, in retrospect, I kind of wish I'd gone the other way, but, you know, hindsight's 20/20. Got some good removal. We're pretty aggressive. Not quite as aggressive as I would like. Are we aggressive enough for Destructive Tampering? We're going to be attacking in the air a lot anyway, so it might be better to cut the Tampering for another creature. No, I think we probably hold on to it. It can do enough even if you're not using its like aggressive mode. Oh, we do actually want one more card anyway, so... do I want another 9th Bridge Patrol or Herald of the Fair? Neither of them excite me a whole lot. I can just run another Implement. That doesn't seem terrible. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. All right. Let us not quite run that few of mountains, but we definitely want a little closer. Is an 8/8 split even better for me? No, I have a lot of 2 white drops, so white 2 drops is what I'm trying to say. I think it's probably fine to go 9/7, although 2 of our implements are red as well. And let's go 8/8, because if we can't pay to cycle the implements, then, you know, hitting our double white isn't going to be easy anyway. All right, so we will roll with this. I'll see you guys in the first match. Oh. All right, so this will be the deck that we go with. Just a reminder before I end this drafting portion, my content is sponsored in part by 5colorcombo.com. You can head over there and enter their discount code NITSAHON5 to get a 5% discount. Thanks for watching. All right, going into the first match of an Aether Revolt draft, and we would like to play first. Wow, what a hand that is. I mean, it is a hand where I can crew Iron Tread Crusher and I get to pitch one of these extra lands. So that makes it kind of like not terrible in a weird way. But with all of our 2s, I think we probably want a 2-drop. Oh my god. What is that? 6 lands in our 16-land deck. This is not off to a good start. That was an ugly series of mulligans. So we do have an aggressive start, you know, 2-drop with 3 power, 3-drop with 3 power. But mulliganing to 4 is always very bad, very difficult to come back from. That first hand was obviously, you know, in retrospect, the best one that we saw until we got to 4. But I think you usually want to mulligan a hand like that one. Right, opponent not doing anything yet, which is, I think, good for us. Maybe about to impeccable timing our Audacious Infiltrator, but, you know, it's whatever. Nope, looks like we're going to get in for that 3. So I think I play my other guy. We can cycle this Implement next turn. Hope we get something else. We're already down to 1 card, and our opponent still has 7 in their hand. So that's not ideal. So are you going to make that a 1/4? You are going to make that a 1/4. Makes sense. Okay, so we're going to go Implement, cycle the Implement. All right, then. Well, we're going to go up to 22. We got to attack with our Rebel, but that's all we're attacking with. Yeah, it's not good that our opponent has a good early blocker already. Although I can tell you if his plan is to clog up the ground, Destructive Tampering will be pretty nice. If you know, when we get a real hand. Like I said, this first game, a lot of it's really just going to be, I didn't even play my land there. Doesn't matter a whole lot. I'm going to draw my Angel now because of it. But A lot of what we're doing right now is information gathering. Since we mulliganed to 4, we can't really hope to do a ton. Their opponent, you know, not doing a ton themselves. Probably going to draw my angel now. I can feel it. Nope. Okay. Not so good. I'm sure he just trades. Yeah, he should. Trade away. Opponent's not splashing with Wild Wanderer, which is interesting. Cool thing about our angel is that she really could go a long way to helping us get out of this. She's that big of a bomb. So at least there's that. But, yeah. Okay, that's not good news either. Wow. Oh my god. We have had some terrible luck with our hands and draws already in this match, which is saying something. So hopefully we can, you know, we'll get all of our bad luck out of the way early. We've drawn almost half of our lands. My opponent's playing something big. Oh, great. Great. Yeah. I think we might as well just scoop. We do get some information, though. Gear Prosperity, Thriving Rhino, Monstrous Onslaught. So our opponent's deck is good. I guess we stick around for the information since all we're doing is drawing lands. And that's what we'll do. It helps us know sideboarding wise. Doesn't look like we want to bring in like more artifact hate or anything out of our sideboard. But our opponent is showing us a lot of their deck, so that's good news. And despite, you know, everything they have going on, we're still at 19. So, you know, so crazier things have happened. Plus, it's amusing to see how many lands I can draw in a row. You know? He's probably just going to put counters on stuff now, right? No. Yeah, it makes sense. There's no reason for him to do that. Call for Unity, huh? Okay. Well. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and scoop. I mean, we can get more information, but that's boring for you guys. You're trying to watch a draft here, and it's pretty clear. It's been clear from when we mulliganed to 4 we were going to lose, and then our opponent played a Johnny. So Destructive Tampering is not terrible against a card like a Johnny, because it makes sure that we can kill a Johnny, but I think we're fine as is. We just have to not mulligan to 4. All right, let's play first. Okay, that's reasonable. That's reasonable. We would like red mana, but it's all right, you know, especially after our previous experience. We can play, if we draw red mana, we can play a turn 3 Sweatworks Brawler and turn 2 Audacious Infiltrator, etc., etc. All of which is perfectly fine. Let's draw red mana. We can do it. Okay. Well, we have double Audacious Infiltrator. There are worse things. Wish our opponent had more artifact creatures, though. So that he wouldn't be able to block them as effectively. Okay, not red mana, but we do have another Quicksmith Infiltrator. I mean, Audacious Infiltrator, at least. All right, we'll attack. Get in for the 3. He's probably about to play that 1/4 again, which is going to make us sad. Less so once we can play, you know, one of these guys, but still pretty sad. Not just a Gear of Prosperity. I'm not as afraid of that. Okay. Well, I think I attack with both of my guys. The question is whether or not I want to, wow, he's just taking that. Do I want to play Felidar Guardian here? Just to blink something? I mean, I'm not going to be able to do much more with it. Let's be real. So yeah, we'll just play Felidar Guardian. We can untap a Plains to bluff something, but I think I'll just untap my attacker. And in my turn. But yeah, now we're not hitting our red, which is not so good. Off to a better game, a better start to this game than in the last one, though. Conviction, okay. Well, that's a large gear per Osprey. Okay. Aviary Mechanic does basically nothing. The question is, do I want to attack here and get in for 4 and drop my opponent to 7? Don't think so. I think holding on to the infiltrators is going to be good. I think we just play our mechanic. And, I mean, we might as well use the ability to get a planes back and then replay a planes just so we have more mana. But, yeah, doesn't really... It just means maybe to our opponent we can do more, but we can't actually. We know that. Thriving Rhino is not great news. Ooh, lots of convictions here. Wow. Yeah, our luck in this match it has not been good. I mean, we haven't lost yet. We do have several cards that can help us out of this situation. But he's probably about to play as a Johnny, let's be real. It's looking close to a Johnny mana. No, it's just Call for Unity. Okay, he can abuse that pretty well, though, with his convictions. So I'd really like to draw... That'll work. That will work. Okay. So we're going to play Fairgrounds Warden. We're going to exile Thriving Rhino, which will get rid of the conviction. Would I rather get rid of the flyer, though? No, I don't think so. Okay, conviction's gone for good. Thriving Rhino, maybe not. If we attack right now, we get in for 6, which is pretty nice, and we lose an Audacious Infiltrator, and that's it. I kind of think it's worth it. Let's do it. Oh, I clicked through it. I'm killing it. I wanted to do it. It may not have been wise either way, anyway, but... So he can just return Conviction to trigger Call for Unity once a turn. So his guys... Oh, Fairgrounds Warden. You serious? On my Fairgrounds Warden? To get back your Thriving Rhino. Okay. Returning Conviction. So his whole team's going to get +1/+1 at the end of his turn. There is red mana. What do I want to do here? I think I play the Brawler. I'm just going to hard cast him. Yeah, if we'd actually gotten a fast start, I think our opponent would have died before he could have started these shenanigans, but missing on our red meant the Sweatworks Brawler didn't come down and do a bunch of early damage. But you can just like play Conviction every turn, basically, and blink it back and so forth. I mean, we have plenty of removal. We also have our Destructive Tampering, which can just win us the game right now, I think, right? 3, 5, 8, 9, yes. Oh, well, this could still block, actually, so it wouldn't quite win us the game. Conviction comes back. Not going to return it just for the trigger. Would I rather advance my board or... Yeah, I guess I would. I guess I'll play the Quicksmith Genius over Frontline Rebel since I don't really want to be attacking into things. We just need Destructive Tampering. Come on. We can try to draw it, I guess. This is another Call for Unity. Wow, that's messed up. Props to my opponent for the double Call to Unity thing he's got going here. Okay, now I'm going to crack this. Draw another mountain. I'm going to play Iron Tread Crusher. I think I'm going to pitch this dude because what I really need is a plains. No, but what I really need is Destructive Tampering. I don't know that I can win this game otherwise. So drawing extra cards right now is pretty good. So opponent's going to sack that, draw a card, pump his whole team again, etc. Conviction's back. He doesn't need to return it now. He's probably going to attack me now, right? Yeah. That does make sense. Everything gets huge. Ooh, man, drew more than half our lands again. I mean, I guess we're almost halfway through our library, to be fair. So what happens if I attack with everything here? Not enough. Yeah, so we won't. This was a rough match. Opponent's deck's pretty cool with the double call for unity and all the ways of triggering Revolt. I'm sure he may have started his draft with 2 of them. We'll take 8, so we're dead next turn, unless we can draw Destructive Tampering. That's the only way out. Aether Chaser is not Destructive Tampering, so we lose. All right, well, that was a fast first match, and not in a good way, so hopefully we can do a little better in the next one. All right, we're going into our second match, and I like what I'm seeing this time. You know, both our colors didn't have to mulligan to 4 right away. We're off to a good start. And if you didn't watch the first one, which I'm assuming you probably did, I had some pretty ugly draws and mulligans. So hopefully having a better hand will help with that. Hoping this Aether Chaser can get in there, and it cannot. Unless I use Fairgrounds Warden, which I don't really feel like doing. I think I'd rather just play Renegade Wheelsmith here and in my turn. This opponent's going to slap us with the Rebel, and we'll take it. I mean, it has to attack, so we don't want to block with our Wheelsmith, though. Every time I say Wheelsmith, I feel like I'm saying Will Smith. Ooh, Outland Boar. Now, that I think we probably do want to Fairgrounds Warden. So we will. Then we'll play our Implement. This is going to let us also swing and make a servo here, so without being blocked. Thanks to Renegade Wheelsmith. Our opponent doesn't have good blocks anyway, but even if he wanted to, he won't be able to block. This opponent takes 4. Servo joins the party, and it will play our Implement. It's like we're playing a completely different deck now, you know? We will take 3 again. Prey upon on Fairgrounds Warden to get back your boar. Yeah, that hurts. I'm going to crack this into another Implement, huh? Well, I think we play it and crack it. All right, and then we're going to play Eddie Trailhawk. And we'll end our turn. So these guys, this guy with first strike and this guy who's going to make it hard for me to block, are not good. We need to draw removal for them. Ooh, yeah. Not what I wanted to have happening here. Okay, servo. Chump block for me. But yeah, that is... Our opponent is out-aggroing us pretty hard here. And now a Welding Sparks. Okay, we looked like we were off to a good start. Not so much anymore. We're going to play Infiltrator, 9th Bridge Patrol, and just end our turn. So this boar is not easy for us to block right now. All right, so he's got the 4 mana up to pump his Verdant Automaton, so we can't really block it. We can block this fairly effectively. We're just going to have to chump other than that, though. I think we chump that, and that means we take like 7 if our opponent pumps their mana into Verdant Automaton. This will become a 3/3, which isn't too terrible. Yeah, we'll do it. But obviously, yeah, we're still in pretty terrible shape here. Another boar. Wow. Okay, well, looked like we were off to a good start, but our opponent just definitely outdid us with the aggro there. I think we're basically just dead. So I don't know, I'm showing my opponent extra cards. We're not completely dead. Like, I can double block one boar, take the other, and block everything else. Okay, or that. So I'm going to double block one boar. If he has a pump spell or a burn spell or any number of other things, we're just dead, but... What? 3 Outland Boars is what he drew when I'm drawing all these lands. Ugly. That was ugly. All right. Well, we are not doing so well here. Do we want another early? I think maybe I just want to bring in like Bastion Enforcer. Have another relevant. Yeah. I think that's about it. Just have another card who can like trade instead of an implement. I would like to play first. This is a keeper. I mean, it's not a great one. We don't have any more 2-drops right now. We only have one color. Just kind of been the story here today. But you know, you draw our way out of it. Hey, we have both our colors. I think we keep the implement for now so that we can play turn 3 Sweatworks Brawler. It seems like a good reason. Okay. So yeah, we'll play Sweatworks Brawler. The next turn we can, you know, depending on what we draw, we can crack our implement and then play something. And that's what we'll do. Well, I don't think our opponent's going to have removal. Let's have him show us before we make our decision. But there's not really, I mean, he might. But attacking, what I mean is I need to attack either way. And there's not removal that can only kill an attacker. He could play Welding Sparks or something right here, which would, of course, be good. And we know he has it. So, yeah, we're going to crack this. Hey, there's our Fairgrounds Warden. I think I'm actually going to play the Quicksmith Genius. And in my turn, there's one of our opponent's mini boars. We are going to do what we did before, which is Fairgrounds Warden. Hopefully this time it sticks. And we're going to attack for 6. Play another land into our turn. Okay, Sage. It's not a huge concern for me. Oh, that makes it even less of one. Do I attack with my Fairgrounds Warden? Am I brave enough to do that? I don't think I should. I think I'm just going to attack with the Brawler, who he can't block. I could attack with more and use Built to Last, but I think instead I want to play the... If I had more white mana, I would definitely have done that. But I want to play another evasive threat here who can just close out this game for us. Especially with Built to Last in our hand. Like, if our opponent taps out here, we just win, most likely. I mean, it depends what our opponent does, but Built to Last makes it hard for our opponent to come away positively in combat right now. Just hunt the weak, okay. That's something I wish I had mana for, but at least the Sage dies and he gets his boar back. Oh no, the Sage doesn't die because it got big enough. That is correct. Okay. All right. I think we attack with this. No, we don't. Yeah, we don't do that. I was thinking we could kill them both, but we can't. Still might be worth it to attack with everything, though. Yeah, I think it probably is. We're attacking with everything. Our opponent's at low enough life that Built to Last goes a long way. So does Menace here. Okay, so I could use Built to Last on one of these, but I think I'm just going to try to win the game outright here. I am going to kill that boar. But we're going to try to just go Built to Last, do 7 damage to you. And we did it. Hey, this deck won a game. It can do it. It can do it. I could also just bring in another Brawler. That might just be better. Felt pretty good right there. Better than Bastion Enforcer. Yeah. Sure. Decent chance we have one artifact in play, right? So we have a pretty good hand here. I kind of started playing before I started commenting. I was sidetracked. And obviously this is one of the better hands we've seen. We can kill an early creature of his. We've got a turn 2 Audacious Infiltrator, turn 3 Wheelsmith, and removal. All of which is good. All right, well, yeah, we're just going to shock that. We don't really want any of the shenanigans that he can allow to happen. So we will play our Infiltrator now. Okay, we will attack with our Infiltrator. We need to stop drawing lands. I can tell you that much. I'm going to play Wheelsmith in my turn. Right, well, we've done this many a time in this particular... Maybe we don't need to do it right here. And we actually don't because we can make him unable to block. But we have killed a lot of boars with our Fairgrounds Warden already. So we're going to make this unable to block. I think we hold off. It does advance our board, technically, but I think we hold off so it's more of a surprise and we can make 2 things unable to block on a turn, which is something we can do this next turn. Okay. So, yeah, let's Fairgrounds Warden on the Wayward Giant. Attack for 6, which drops our opponent to 5. So, and he can't do anything about it. So that's a pretty big deal. We're going to make the boar unable to block. Drop our opponent down to 5. We have Feldar Guardian if we want to change up how we're blocking, but it seems unlikely. Boar number 2. So our opponent can't really attack. Oh, now he can. Okay. Poor Fairgrounds Wardens keep eating prey pawns and the like. So I'm going to play Audacious Infiltrator. And I'm probably also going to play Feldar Guardian. Yeah, we're not going to get any value out of it, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to return this mountain. Blink that mountain. And I'll end my turn. Yeah, that makes more sense. I will... Well, who are you attacking with here? I'll take 4 no matter what you do, but... Destructive Tampering, Destructive Tampering. Come on. We need it. We need that Destructive Tampering. Or our Angel. We haven't seen her. Ooh. We are dead next turn if we don't draw it. Basically. Like, this thing's ridiculous. We still can survive another turn, I think, but not very effectively. This can make itself a 12-12 right now. My God. Our opponent draws all 3 of their boars. What's that about? Yeah, this was an ugly draft. One of my worst in this format. Okay, so I am going to take most of this because I want to be able to win if I draw. Well, I can win either way, but I'm going to block. I have to draw Destructive Tampering. Can we get the lucky draw here? Do we get it? Oh, wait. He got it when he attacked. What am I thinking? Yeah, we're dead. I was thinking... I forgot he gets the energy also when he attacks. No Destructive Tampering anywhere to be seen. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, an 0-2 on a recorded draft, which is not very pretty. I haven't suffered many of them, but it's usually a combination of what we had here, which was a deck that wasn't great. You know, it's probably like a C+, coupled with terrible luck. And that can get you an 0-2. So, and that is what we got. So thanks for watching this week's draft video. Hopefully next week's can go a little bit better.